I think I am agree with him as he told about the electoral reforms are so necessary to making the India as a developed nation. Why? Because there is a certain change are very must need to change the certain change like the education. There is a fixed ratio. There is a education for the politicians, and also the we know that the both the politicians are they are just ruling our country, and they have no any the political the education background, and also the many kind of the any kind of the cases were pending on them. So there is a definitely need, and there is some kind of restrictions for such politicians. They cannot apply for the a seat was going to divest, and even for the country's better future and the more developed nation, we know that the children are the future of the world. So we have to need a proper education for the children, and
Yes, I am agree with you because the electoral reform, as we are talking about, it is the most important. Like when we not get the good leader, so how can we get the developed nation, our country? So the first thing is that the in the electoral reform, according to me, that it's a particular exam for the political leaders, because like if we talk about the education is the most important thing whenever you are choosing your leader. So you know that that leader is to be educated, so educated so much, because like if we talk about those person who are not educated, what can we they do that such good things for the peoples and for their country. Like if we talk about as I am talking about that the electoral reform, also that we can be say that in the education, that if we talk about the what type of education we are gaining in the recent time, like if we talk about the education in the some of the reforms in the education, like that not it's depend on the like everyone is depend on the coaching. Why they are not depends on their schools? Because like they are not gaining the good education from the school, and it's depend on
the as the not only the education, also the many sectors are there we need to change. When it comes to talk about the agriculture sector, there is the more than the 70% people that live in resident in the Indian, they are just engaged in the agriculture sector. So why they are the so huge engaged in the agriculture sector? We need to less than, and here the due to the agriculture sector we are also becoming the exporter also, but in the another sector we need to improve in the technology sector and also the IT sector. There is we will be seeing we know that that is the time of the AI, so we need to change in the technology sector. We know that every country known for their the supremacy power. How can we achieve such as the power? We have to become strong in the technology sector. Even we need India is the mostly the why the India is so behind in that time, because they expand a lot on the defense sector. We have a lot of the expenditure on the defense sector, and we do not focus on the other sector. We just started to expand on the defense sector. So even we purchasing a lot of the weapons, why we are not so ahead in the technology sector? We can be make such as the weapons and the everything. We are just recently we are purchasing the weapon from the Russia and the Russia, Israel and the America. Why we are not producing from ourselves? And why we are purchasing a lot of the mobile phones from the China and the many devices and from the other countries? We are just becoming the importer. We should know the population of the country, and we have the more youth. They can we have we can we become a biggest exporter in the world, and we should work on such a project as the China take the initiative. Just started to project of the China-Pakistan economic corridor. India should also make such kind of corridor for the better export in the world. We have such a population, we can create everything. And also we should work upon the defense sector. We know that those countries, they are now the developed. They have a well relation with the foreign countries. When it comes to talk about the America, they do not expand on the border security forces. They have they save a lot of the money from there. And even the other countries, Russia and the many more countries were there. Europe, even the whole countries, they have developed. They have a well relation with their foreign. If we have a well relation with our neighbor countries, so we reduce our expenditure on the border security forces.
I think you mentioned really great points, and one of the points that you mentioned about the technology. So I would say the technology that India should learn a lot about the Japans, because whenever they get some kind of a crisis, they get out of from that crisis very easily. Because why? Because they have got the good command over the technology. And the Japan, we all know that how developed the country is. When we were a country who got the two nuclear bombs, who faced two nuclear bombs, and now they are such kind of a developed. They are so ahead of us. Why? Because they have got the good technology, and the people of the Japans are really educated, and they have done really magnificent work. Because of that, they are ahead of us, and we should learn from them that how they are so progressive, and so that we can implement those things in India as well. Like the bullet train which they introduce, we are going to introduce. I don't know when will the bullet train be run, but how they've been running their bullet train from so long. But in India, but in India, it is still being built, and it will take time. But yeah, surely the day will come that will. But we should learn from those countries who are really developed, and we should apply all those things in India as well. I know that all things cannot be applied, but we should also apply all the things, because if we learn from the other success, we get a lot of ideas. And but in India, the main problem is the people of the country. If the people are really united, if the people are united, we can get whatever we want. But in India, people are just segregated, or maybe you can say they are not together. They are just enjoying their own religion, caste. They are not.
Yes, I agree with you, because like we see that in the election time, they just talk about the religion, and that was the thing, they are engaged on that. But like if we talk about when they will just think about their country, so they just think that what is need to change in the changes is need to the country. Like if we talk about, as I talk about in the previous discussion, like education and like in the electoral reform is also important, when the government should take the initiative for their future of the student. Like they should take the initiative to the in the education, and the education field they should give the practical knowledge. Like if we talk about another country, they are making their own.
I think I agree with him. The quality of the education matter here, and also the such kind of the teachers matter here. They can be give the better education for the children. But I think the one was the one is the also sector we need to spend a lot. That is the research and development sector. We have to give the better portion of the budget for the better. If we doing many researches and the research and development, so the many things we get from our country, and some kind of the rare elements also in our nation we don't know. Even apart from the China, if we talk about the China, they have they spend a lot on the research, and even they are just making a lot of the nuclear weapons, and using such kind of the technology, so they have a better country and developed nation. Why? Because all those reasons are India do not able to get the veto power even in the UN. I think the India should also the population of the India, mostly the student, they have a different mentality. They are just running behind the government job. They should also need for the engaged in the private sector. They can be have a better. They need to become a business minded. As I told, there is we need to infrastructure also matter here. If we expand a lot on the infrastructure, making some kind of the business school for the students, there is a huge impact. We will be change. We will see in our country, and I think that this whole factors will able get the great results to make our India as a developed nation.